5.
Dioxin. Dioxin refers to a group of toxic chemical compounds that are formed as byproducts of certain industrial processes, such as waste incineration, chemical manufacturing, and paper bleaching. Dioxins are highly persistent in the environment and can bioaccumulate in the food chain, posing a significant risk to human health. Dioxins are primarily known for their harmful effects on the human body, including potential carcinogenicity, reproductive and developmental problems, immune system suppression, and hormonal disruptions. They can also have adverse effects on wildlife and the environment. Here are a few examples of the usage of dioxin in sentences. 1. The factory's improper waste disposal led to the release of dioxins into the nearby river, resulting in the contamination of fish and other aquatic organisms. 2. Studies have shown that exposure to dioxins during pregnancy can lead to birth defects and developmental disorders in children. 3. The production of certain herbicides and pesticides can involve the formation of dioxins, which can pose risks to both agricultural workers and consumers. 4. The government has implemented strict regulations to limit the emission of dioxins from industrial processes, aiming to protect public health and the environment. 5. Scientists are researching alternative methods to reduce the formation of dioxins in industrial processes, such as using cleaner technologies and implementing effective waste management strategies. Overall, dioxins are highly toxic chemical compounds that can have severe health and environmental impacts, making it crucial to regulate and minimize their production and exposure.
4.
Playboy. The term Playboy is a noun that refers to a man who leads a lavish and pleasure-seeking lifestyle, often associated with wealth, luxury, and the pursuit of romantic or sexual relationships. It is commonly used to describe a man who indulges in a carefree and hedonistic lifestyle, frequently engaging in social activities, parties, and relationships with multiple partners. Examples: 1. John is known as a playboy among his friends because he is always surrounded by beautiful women and attends extravagant parties. 2. The protagonist in the movie is portrayed as a wealthy playboy who spends his days sailing on yachts and enjoying the company of glamorous models. 3. The magazine features articles on fashion, lifestyle, and interviews with successful playboys who have achieved great success in their respective fields. 4. Despite his reputation as a playboy, Mark surprised everyone by settling down and getting married. 5. The tabloid newspaper often portrays celebrities as playboys, emphasizing their extravagant lifestyles and numerous romantic relationships. It is important to note that the term playboy can sometimes carry a negative connotation, suggesting a lack of commitment or sincerity in relationships, focusing solely on superficial pleasures. However, it can also be used in a more neutral or positive context to describe someone who simply enjoys a vibrant and adventurous lifestyle.
3.
Communist. The term communist refers to an ideology, political movement, or system that advocates for the establishment of a society in which the means of production, distribution, and exchange are owned and controlled by the community as a whole. The main goal of communism is to create a classless society where resources are shared equally among all individuals. In practice, a communist government is usually characterized by a centralized authority, where the state owns and controls most, if not all, industries and resources. This means that private property and businesses are abolished, and the government is responsible for planning and managing the economy. Here are a few examples that illustrate the concept of communism. 1. Soviet Union. The Soviet Union, founded in 1922 and dissolved in 1991, was a prime example of a communist state. The government controlled all aspects of the economy, including agriculture, industry, and trade. Private property was abolished, and the state owned all means of production. 2. People's Republic of China. After the Chinese Civil War, the Communist Party of China established the People's Republic of China in 1949. The government implemented a series of economic reforms, including the collectivization of agriculture and the nationalization of industries. Although China has gradually embraced some market-oriented policies, it is still considered a communist country. 3. Cuba. Since the Cuban Revolution in 1959, Cuba has been governed by the Communist Party. The government controls most industries, including agriculture, healthcare, and education. Private businesses are limited, and the state plays a significant role in the economy. It's important to note that the term communist is often used to describe a range of political ideologies and movements, which may vary in their interpretation and application of communist principles. Some countries may claim to be communist but have different degrees of economic liberalization or political systems. Understanding the specific context and history of each case is crucial to grasp the nuances of communism.
2.
Bloodshed. The term bloodshed refers to the act of killing or causing violence, resulting in the shedding of blood. It describes a situation where there is significant violence, often resulting in casualties and loss of life. It is a powerful and evocative word that conveys the seriousness and brutality of violent acts. Here are a few examples to illustrate the usage of bloodshed. 1. The ongoing conflict in the region has led to years of bloodshed and suffering. This sentence highlights the long-lasting violence and suffering caused by the conflict. 2. The protesters were met with brutal force, leading to a scene of bloodshed in the streets. This example shows how a peaceful protest turned violent, resulting in injuries and loss of life. 3. The ancient battle was remembered for the massive bloodshed that occurred on that fateful day. This sentence emphasizes the large-scale violence and loss of life during a historical battle. 4. The gang war erupted in a wave of bloodshed, with rival factions fighting for control. This example demonstrates how conflicts between rival groups can escalate into a cycle of violence, leading to bloodshed. 5. The diplomats' efforts to negotiate a peaceful resolution prevented further bloodshed in the war-torn country. This sentence highlights the importance of diplomacy in preventing additional violence and loss of life. Overall, bloodshed serves as a potent term to describe violent events involving the loss of blood and life. It conveys the gravity and seriousness of such situations, often associated with conflict, war, or brutality.
1.
Self-discipline. Self-discipline refers to the ability to control one's actions, emotions, and thoughts in order to achieve a goal or maintain a certain behavior. It involves making conscious decisions and exerting self-control to resist temptations, distractions, and impulses that may hinder progress or lead to negative outcomes. Self-discipline is an essential trait for personal and professional success. It helps individuals stay focused, motivated, and consistent in their efforts. Here are some examples to illustrate the concept of self-discipline. 1. Study habits. A student with self-discipline sets aside dedicated time each day to study, even when there are other tempting activities or distractions. They resist the urge to procrastinate and prioritize their academic goals. 2. Healthy lifestyle. Someone with self-discipline maintains a healthy lifestyle by making conscious choices. They resist the temptation to indulge in unhealthy foods, prioritize regular exercise, and get enough sleep, even when faced with social pressures or cravings. 3. Time management. A person with self-discipline manages their time effectively. They prioritize tasks, set realistic goals, and avoid wasting time on unproductive activities like excessive social media use or aimless browsing. 4. Financial responsibility. Someone with self-discipline exercises control over their spending habits. They resist impulsive purchases, budget their money wisely, and save for future goals instead of instant gratification. 5. Professional growth. A disciplined professional sets clear goals, stays organized, and follows through on commitments. They resist the urge to procrastinate, manage their time efficiently, and consistently work towards their objectives. 6. Emotional regulation. Self-discipline also involves managing one's emotions. For example, a person with self-discipline may resist the urge to react impulsively in a heated argument and instead choose to respond calmly and thoughtfully. In each of these examples, self-discipline requires individuals to make conscious choices and exert self-control. It involves resisting immediate gratification or distractions in favor of long-term goals or desired outcomes. Developing self-discipline takes practice and commitment, but it can lead to personal growth, improved productivity, and overall success in various aspects of life.
Did you like the video? If yes, give us a thumbs up. This will help the channel as well as others to find it. We add multiple videos daily. Subscribe so you won't miss any.